It does get hard though, and I hope that we can continue to make everything work. A lot. What's my relationship with God? And has what I've gone through helped me form that belief? My relationship with God. Okay, growing up, I never really went to church or did anything, and I don't even know how I knew how to pray. Like, I would always pray before bed or just any time throughout the day, and I would always thank God for things. And I don't even know how I came to form doing that. I have no clue, because my mom and dad are not religious people. Never really talk about God. My mom does now, but she never really did when I was younger. I have always, like I said, I've always prayed. And one day, my husband was reading a book at the park, and this guy, who he had no idea who he was, and my husband had dreadlocks at the time. But he drove by, and then he turned around and came up to him, and he started talking to him, and Dustin's first reaction was he thought that he was going to ask him for some weed because he had dreadlocks, and everyone thought he smoked this massive amount of weed, which I don't. But he just assumed that he was going to ask him for something. But he started talking to him just normal, and then at the end he started talking about God, which really sparked an interest in Dustin, I guess, a little bit. It is what started it. And later on, he came to our house and gave Dustin a book, and I started going to maybe you call it a Bible study. Like, we had little meetings at the coffee shop, and I would have tea, and we would go over the Bible, and it was really awesome. Like, he taught me how to pray, and he, taught me the most I've ever known about God, which is really fulfilling in my life, and I am so thankful for him. His name is Jeff. But during that time, I remember I asked him, does he pray for himself? And I always felt like if I prayed for myself, that was really selfish when there's so much other stuff that I could be praying for. And he was like, absolutely not. And like, God loves it when you ask him for his help, and I should ask him for help. And like, he just told me how good of a thing it was. So I told him that I kind of wanted to pray about my AVM, but I always felt kind of weird about it. And right there, he was like, we're going to pray that right now. And like, every time he came over after that, he would always make sure to fit that in, and which made me more comfortable to pray about things that I needed too. Which, I prayed about like marriage, and I prayed about AVM stuff, and just being a better person, and stopping the drinking, and just all this stuff. And it wasn't until I started asking for it that things started happening. I feel like that really gave me the strength to start the GoFundMe account, because before then I really wanted to keep it just like a secret. Like, I didn't want anybody to think I was anything different. I just wanted them to think it was a birthmark, and that was it. Like, there was no problem with me. But that gave me the courage to do that, and the more I talk to God, and the more I thank God, and the more I ask for his help, and everything like that. Like, everything just fell into place so perfectly that there's no other way that would have happened without, Jesus in my life. So, and when I read my Bible, and when I talk to God, and I make time to talk to him, and I need God just as much on my good day as I do on my bad day, and I talk to him regularly, and that does make just the biggest difference in your life. And I don't think that you'll ever really experience it until you try it. You can't just assume something. You gotta really feel it and do it. So there was a lot of times in New York where I just would get frustrated, and I felt so bad, because I would just be like, why, God, why is this happening? And I'd freak out. But then I had so many people like Denny and other people who had messaged me and just help me keep my faith in God. And after, I was just like, I believe you, and I trust you, and everything's gonna be okay at the end, and I trust your journey for me. That made it better. I don't think I could have done any of this. I don't think any of it would have been possible without God on my side, without me being on his side. I think he's always on my side. Um, so it's definitely, my relationship with God has definitely gotten stronger over the last couple of years, and yeah. You used to have dreads. Are you a big stoner? No, I'm not a stoner. I don't even smoke weed. I'm pretty sure I used to smoke weed a long time ago, back when I was a kid. And I don't see the point of it anymore. Like, it just gives me anxiety. It makes me think too much about my life. I don't like it. I'd rather be sober. My husband doesn't smoke weed anymore either. We are both, finding what it's like to be in our sober mind, and we're liking it very much. And I guess I just don't feel the need to be away from this mind. Like, this mind's so beautiful, I don't need to alter it to have a good life. When did I become a vegan and why? Well, first of all, I was a vegan for like 9 months, and then I moved to New York, and there was a pizza place right under me, so I did eat some pizza, and now I rarely eat like cheese or something on something, not a lot. Or if like a cracker has milk in it, then I'll probably have a cracker. I won't be like so picky with myself, but I would never go buy like, massive amounts of cheesy things and like cow milk, because I don't want to do that. It's just hard for me, and I do want to be a vegan again, but I know I should. I'm just talking right now, apparently, and I know I felt a lot better when I was vegan compared to just taking the little dairy that I do right now. My body felt like so much better. But the reason why I became vegan was, my surgery, there's a few different reasons. My surgeries were coming up. I weighed like almost 170 pounds. I drank all the time. I was really unhealthy. I had a big, after I knew like what the surgery was coming up, I'm like, this is a huge surgery. And I guess in my mind, I just felt like a really unhealthy person versus a healthy person would do better at like healing and just going through a big surgery like that in general. And it really pushed me towards being a healthier person. So that was a big one. And I never really tell people this, but I had like an eating disorder since I was really young. I want to say like 14 or 15. So that definitely helped me. I wouldn't say that I fully overcame it yet, but I'm like 98% of it like gone. Just by putting good foods in my body and feeling like that was okay for me to do. Like, I've been okay with feeling full because I know what I put in my body is good and it's helping me. But, so, I pretty much overcame my drinking, my bulimia, and I just wanted to be healthy in general. So I dropped like 30 pounds just eating better. I don't exercise ever. I just got a membership to do it, which I need to start doing that. But I just wanted to be healthy. And the next reason is I watched, like, this is what actually did it. I watched Cowspiracy, and I realized the damaging effects that beef agriculture in general plays on the world. Like, it's literally killing the planet, and I don't want to be a part of that at all. And, I think of how badly, like, I want to grow up and be a grandma, and I want that so damn bad. Like, why wouldn't I want to give my kids that same future? So, if there's something that I'm doing in my everyday life that's, like, going to be one of the huge reasons that they might not get a future, like, I'm not going to do that. Because I do believe that we have the power individually to make this world better, and if that's what I have to do, then that's what I'm going to do. People think I don't like steak and stuff, and the fact is that I can make, like, the best steak ever. Like, I'll blow your steak out of the water. I'm really good at making meat and all that stuff, but I don't do it because, for one, healthier, and for two, like, just, the planet, for your children, for my children, everything else in existence. That's what I do it for. So there's that. Are my kids vegan too? My kids are not vegan. Dustin is the only actual vegan left standing in our house. We all, we tried just to do straight vegan for the kids, and they didn't want to do it. They wanted to have dairy in their life, and that's what they choose. And just like me, they don't have a lot of cheese or anything like that, and we don't buy cow's milk, but every once in a while they might eat a piece of pizza or macaroni and cheese or something. So, and they chose that on their own. I told them like how it is, like the facts about stuff. They've watched Cowspiracy, they've watched all these health documentaries with me, like they want to learn, and they found in their own mind that, I don't want to kill these animals, I don't want to eat them, and I don't want to kill the earth, and I want to be healthy. So at first I would say that we tried to force them a little bit, but then we realized that wasn't working, and that's not the way that it should be anyway, and we just gave them all the information, and kids are very smart, and they made their own decision after a while. We did not tell them you can't eat this and you can't eat that. Kaya actually still eats about 1 or 2 cans of tuna every month because she chooses to, and she don't want to do it a lot, but that's what she does. So they're vegetarian. What's my favorite Kanye song? I don't even know if I said that right, but I've never listened to that guy in my life. I couldn't tell you a song that he sang for the life of me. I don't really listen to that kind of stuff. How long do you think it will be until you're 100% done? Well, like I said, the majority of my surgeries, like as far as just removing the bulk mass of it, will be done. It's mostly done now, but it's just like fixing everything and working, removing more. Will hopefully be done within the year, and then after that I will have to have implanticians probably for the rest of my life, unless it disappears. So I'm guessing like possibly a lifetime. Do you love me? I totally 100% love you. How did it feel with a bulge on my face, the expanders? The expanders felt really big, really tight. It put a lot of pressure on my AVN right here. Getting them filled just felt really weird, like something was growing inside your face, I guess. It wasn't the worst thing that's ever happened to me. It wasn't that bad at all, I guess. I would do it again if they had to. How do I stay happy through all the pain? I mean, I try to do my best. Like, I know everybody was just given different cards, and you can't pick the cards that you were given. You can just make the most out of your situation, which I feel is important because a lot of people get stuck worrying about things that they can't fix. And I can't fix this. I'm trying to do my best, but if I were to focus on it completely with a bad attitude, then I'd probably be one depressed person myself. And that's not saying that I don't get unhappy, because there are a lot of times where I do feel a lot of pain and I do feel overwhelmed and scared, and I have my moments just like everybody else, and I guess I just try to keep my mind off of it and live life every day like with my family. But I do go through times where I get a little depressed or a little overwhelmed. What do my tattoos mean? This one means, my brother put these two together. They're like 2 different things. Like one's a Native American and one of them's, I don't even know what. But the top is Native American and it means family. And then he found the other one in a completely different thing and it means eternal love and light. And he put them together, and there's, I'm gonna guess, like 100 to 200 people that have these, including like family and friends that my brother has given them. And he's a tattoo artist, so he just gave them to all of us. I think I gave a few really crappy ones, but for the most part, he's given them. This says, "Be the change." I got this when I went to Florida. My friend Alex Hickson Mitchell, she owns Marked Tattoo Studio. It's right there in the mall. She gave me that when I went to Florida. I got Marlena Sky, that's my daughter's name. My brother gave me that when he wasn't too good, so it's really small and big. Um, Thankful. I just have rainbow bands because I like rainbows, I guess. And this is Medicine for the People song. If you haven't heard of them, I totally like go download all their CDs right now because they'll put you all in like the best mood ever. Why is this started over? Did it start over? If it started over, I'm gonna cry. Anyway, I don't know. The rest of my tattoos aren't. Oh wait, this one. This means peace, love, and happiness. I don't know why I got Chinese on me. I don't even speak Chinese. I like daisies. I love oak trees, Harmony Park. My brother wanted to do a dove, so I let him. This is the music notes to All You Need Is Love, and this is a truffula tree. My brother just kind of wanted to do that, but I think it has a really cool meaning if you've ever watched. What is it? Lorax, I think. Hobbies. I like to hang out with friends. I like to play games. My favorite game is Catchphrase. And my favorite kid game is Trouble. I love that game. Every time my kids want to play a game, I suggest that one. And they're like, but, what else? Oh, we love to ride bikes. My daughter just learned how to ride a bike, Kaya, last week, so now we're all off the training wheels. So we're gonna kick all these bikes' butts. Like in the summertime, our goal is to just ride our bikes the entire summer and try not to drive our cars as much as possible. So that's fun. And I used to like to do art stuff. I guess I'm not very artsy anymore. I just don't think I have the patience for it. I have something I can show you. Like, I made this, but I haven't finished it, like, I don't even know how many years ago, at least 2. And so I do like to do art stuff, but I'm lazy. My problem with it is that I wanted all her skin to be like every skin color because it doesn't really matter what color anybody's skin is, so I just wanted to put them all in there. But I realized that I made the background the same color, so I didn't want them to mesh, and now I don't even have these color paints anymore, so I would like to get them again and then maybe restart the background over again. That's just an example. I have other paintings somewhere. I don't even know where. But yeah, that stuff is fun if I get myself to actually do it. My favorite food. I love Indian food so much. Indian food's definitely my favorite. I love a good Indian buffet. I love I don't know how to say it, TSO, General Tso's tofu just makes the best. And in China Fun on 64th and 2nd Avenue, it has the best General Tso's tofu ever. You should definitely go there if you go. I don't know how they make that sauce, but it's amazing. I love salads a lot, and I love smoothies a lot. I like coconut oil on everything. I love peanut butter. Chinese food, I guess, is pretty good. Mexican food's good. I like, burritos. I could live off burritos, so you can put anything in a burrito. How is everything going? Yeah, it's going pretty good. How's it going for you? Doing great, actually, for the most part. Besides the regular struggles that everybody probably has. Everybody has problems in their life, but besides that, I'm alive. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Do I like berries? If so, what kind? Yes, I like berries, and I love every kind of berries. Every kind, pretty sure. I especially love putting them in a blender with coconut cream. So good. Should definitely try that. What do I hate people saying to me, and what do I love? What do I hate people saying to me? I bet I have a really good answer if I thought about this for like 4 hours. I don't know. I love people saying anything nice to me, I guess. I just like nice people in general. I like saying I love you to people, and I like it when they say it back. I don't know what I hate. I hate ignorance, and I hate grumpiness, I guess, and lack of patience. I can't really think of anything specific. How's the healing process going? Am I happy so far with how the surgery went? Healing process is going very well. Like I said, I think it's going to take a while to actually get finished with it, but that's just fine. I mean, it's a long time for it to actually be fully healed, which I've seen the surgery videos. I understand it's going to take some time. Am I happy with how it went? Yes, I am. I'm extremely happy. Like, sometimes I feel like when I complain about stuff, I feel like that means that I'm not happy, but that's not at all what I mean. Like, I'm so happy with how it went. I don't think it, well, besides the skin dying part, and that's just like a thing that happened that nobody could have predicted. Other than that, like, everything went super duper good. And I'm excited to see how the rest of them are gonna go. I have to admit, though, that I have covered my face with some makeup before, and it's just too white for me. It's too regular or like plain looking, I guess. So maybe once my face is a bit more like, my nose is brought in and maybe the scars are a bit gone, maybe I can accept the fact that I'll have a completely white face or whatever. So that part's a little weird. Dun, dun, dun. Would I move to Canada if Trump got elected for president? Well, I'm still here and Trump is the president. Bet you thought that wouldn't happen, did ya? I wasn't really a Hillary supporter or a Donald Trump supporter. I feel like a president or a leader should be really kind, really honest, and a good influence to everybody and just truly want the best for people. I don't see why we have to argue over sides, and I don't get why everyone can't just be on the good side. Like, so no, I didn't honestly vote for either one of them. I don't care, but I'm not gonna go start a big riot and be mad about it. I'm just gonna teach my kids that, if he does say something bad, which I don't think they'll see it because we don't have cable, that, not everybody knows how to be respectful, I guess. And I'm just gonna hope for the best because there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not gonna move. If I could be fluent in any language, what would it be? I always thought French sounded really cool, but I don't think I would ever really get to use French. So, I guess the most one I would probably use would be Spanish around where I live. So maybe that. My kids came home speaking Spanish the other day, and I thought that was pretty cool. Has your family thought about moving out of Huron? Yes. We actually planned on moving to Colorado, but then I put the GoFundMe page up, and I just had so much support here for the most part, and we'll have to leave a lot, so it's nice having family here to help and just for support. And someday I'm definitely gonna move. I don't know where. My ideal place would just be Sioux Falls because it's not too far away from Huron, away from my dad and my grandma, brother, and like my friends. But I know Dustin was also thinking maybe Rapid City because he likes the mountains and stuff, hills, whatever they are. So yes. Where outside the U.S. do you want to travel? Honestly, if I could travel anywhere outside the United States, I would probably go to the UK. And that's just because I have how do you say it? Doppelganger? Is that how you say it? the person who we don't need more, but we look just like each other, which fascinates the hell out of me. So I've always wanted to meet her so bad. And she lives in London, so I guess, and I've always thought London just sounded really cool to go to, so I definitely would pick that, except for the fact that I'm deathly afraid of airplanes, so I don't really see myself going across the ocean unless these drugs my doctor gave me to go to California work. Then you can just drug me and take me anywhere. Like, that's actually gonna happen. Rate your happiness from 1 to 10, your overall happiness, and what kind of a person am I? My 1 to 10 happiness, I'm good 7, 8, 9. I don't know, it depends on the minute, I guess. The minute, the day. What kind of a person am I? Well, I mean, I try to be positive for the most part. I'm really family orientated. I like to help people. I love music. I love just doing anything family fun. I don't know, I'm a pretty easygoing person. I like pictures. I like to take pictures. Are you bisexual? I'm just gonna say, I don't think there's anything wrong with anybody loving anybody. You can love whoever the hell you want. Love is so much better than hate, and if you're gonna love somebody, just love them. Do whatever you gotta do. Silly question. Do you have pictures of your wedding, and can we see them? I mean, there's a few pictures on my Facebook if you want to go creep that, but I don't even have a picture printed out at all. It wasn't like a big wedding, it was just like a really cool little church wedding, and I plan to have another one after all my surgeries are done, hopefully. Someday, and invite all my friends and family, because every girl wants to have a big wedding, so hopefully someday we can do that. What are your favorite apps? I mean, I guess I like Facebook to stay connected with people, even though lately it's been driving me absolutely crazy, and I just care about it a little bit less every day. Snapchat and Instagram, I guess. YouTube. What are your favorite smells? I love the smell of rain. I got a new candle from Bath and Body Works the other day called like Fireside or something. Best smell ever. And then there's the mahogany tea wood. I don't even know if I said that right, but that one's amazing too. I just love perfume and cologne. For guys, I think Curve smells really, really good. For girls, Davidoff Cool Water is like probably my favorite. Have I ever tried psychedelics not including cannabis? I don't know if some of these questions are appropriate. I'm gonna go to the next one. Where did I get my strength, perspective in life being so strong and positive? Who are my most influential people? Mentors, parents, idols, etc. I don't know where I got my strength from. I guess I just kind of feel like I grew up like the way I grew up, and I've just kind of been used to it, so I don't even feel like I'm that strong. I just feel like a normal person, I guess. But I do remember, like, when I started school, my mom would always tell me to, like, right when I started, I guess, she would always say, people might say something about you or about your face or about this or that, and don't listen to them, and no matter what, you're always beautiful. And I guess I've always just remembered that, and I don't know. I guess I've had surgeries off and on my whole life, so I guess it's kind of a normal thing for me. I don't know. But then again, when I do have surgeries and I feel like super weak sometimes, I'm just like, oh, I don't know how to do this. So I get it through praying through God. I don't know why I am the way I am. Oh, one of my favorite people also is like my grandma. My grandma is like the most positive, cute lady in the whole entire world. She's so, so sweet. I love my grandma Mavis so much. I'm gonna be just like her when I grow up, hopefully. Um, my dad was always super positive and stuff when I was growing up and funny, so there's that as well. Dun, dun, dun. Do I have any advice in general? I don't know. I just feel like everybody should always try their best and do their best and not get sucked into all the negativity. And I don't know. Like, I see a lot of people like struggling with the life that they were given, like they can't accept it or something, and that really puts a huge damper on their life. So I feel like everybody just needs to accept what they were given and the life that they were given, and even realize that you can't change the past. You need to just let stuff go and live for the day. Like you're never gonna get this day back. And are you really gonna stay inside be mad over something that happened yesterday or 5 years ago? Are you really gonna not enjoy your day because you have a pimple on your forehead? Or don't let the little things control your life, because you only get one and you don't want to miss it on just silly little things. And I guess really you just try to pick your battles, because if I was going to fight over every damn thing somebody said to me that I didn't agree with, then I would just be one angry human being like all day long, because people aren't going to agree with you and they're not going to see things the way you see them. But we're all really in this together, or we should be more in this together, and we should just treat everybody like our sister, our brother, our mom, and our dad, because really that's what they are. And if you try to just let things go and live for today and be happy, you're going to be a much happier person. Like I said, I am not perfect, but I know that's the way that it should be, and I try my hardest to just get along with people and let things go, and it makes a big difference on your life. And if you feel super alone, I'm not telling you like you have to believe in God or anything, but if you don't, like, I guess just ask God like into your heart and keep asking, and someday you're going to feel it, and you're going to hopefully just feel so much more complete. So you don't have to do that. I'm just saying, if you try, you might be surprised with what happens. What do I love to do with my free time? I'm basically a freaking cleaning machine. Like, I clean my house so much, it's ridiculous. I like to go hang out with my friends, like just hang out and talk and see how they're doing. I like play games, ride bikes. I'm telling you, I'm like the most simple, boring person ever. Listen to music. I'm a big music listener to her. Your eyebrows are always on point. Will you do an eyebrow tutorial? I seriously have no freaking eyebrows, like, at all. Like, none. I think this part right here is real. Actually, like, when I was younger, my AVM used to go from, like, here to here, and then they cut a piece of it out, and because there was a big tumor in my nose, and they pulled it together so my eyebrows kind of went in further, and then this time, I don't even know what really happened. They did an amazing job. There's only a scar here, when it used to be AVM all up here. But somewhere along the lines, my eyebrows have been just, like, all messed up. So, I guess I've tried a few different things. The powder doesn't really stay too great. The pencil, which I used today, doesn't really stay too great, but I like the way it looks. And there's the Wonder Brow, which I feel like works really good, except for if you don't have eyebrows, it kind of looks a little weird, a little bit. So I just don't really use that much. I'm pretty much stick with the pencil and reapply all the time. There's the girl from London who I was talking about. She actually had her eyebrows tattooed on, and they look really, really good. So if I could find somebody who would do that, I think that might be something I'd be interested in. I don't think I'm gonna do an eyebrow tutorial though. I don't think my eyebrows are that great to do that. If you could change and never have this condition, would you? No, like absolutely not. This has made me who I am. It's taught me a lot. There's no way that I would go back in time and not be born with it. Like, I'm thankful for everything that I was born with, even if it does include some hardships. I would hope to get rid of it someday, but I would not go back and just be born without it. Best lesson I've learned in this process. You just can't give up, I guess. There's going to be so many things in your life that just feel so hard, and it would feel like it'd be so much easier to give up. But if you just give up, you're not going to see that that problem is going to pass, and you're going to get past it, you know. I think people think that maybe someday they could just not have any problems, and that's not true. You're always going to have problems. You just have to work through them, and then another problem will arise, but you have to look at the bright side of it, I guess, and just try to see the good and not focus on the bad. If you focus on the bad, you're going to get yourself in this hole that you can't dig yourself out of. You gotta really just accept the things you can't change and work on the other things and have faith that everything's going to go a good way. What would you say to another person going through what you're going through? Like I said, I would just say don't give up. Like, I know it seems scary, and it is scary. It's scary as hell. But giving up isn't going to get you where you want to be. Like, won't get you anywhere at all. And even though, like, I had the option to either not, like, everyone always says, you're so strong and you're so brave to go through all this. I don't think I could go through it. But in reality, it's like, I think you would if you know, you were me. And, you know, maybe is somebody out there that couldn't have gone through all that because they were scared. But, like, I know change is scary, but you're not going to get to where you're supposed to be without it. So I guess always take leaps of faith and just hope for the best. What's your favorite type of music, your favorite artist, and what do you listen to the most? Well, like I said, Medicine for the People, Knuckle Bear, John Wayne and the Pain, like Trevor Hall, Xavier Rudd, love Dustin Thomas. I've been listening to a lot of I Like You lately. I don't know. I just listen to like a lot of stuff that I would find at Harmony Park, I guess. Good stuff. Was depression ever an issue? And have you ever taken medications for it? Excuse me. Depression. Depression and anxiety have been a part of my life off and on. I would never get on medication for them though, and I don't really know if I've actually had depression rather than just like a few days or like a week of complete sadness. I don't know what the difference is really, but I would never get on medication for them just because I don't believe in medications that much. If I was depressed, I would definitely do like a niacin pill. If you are depressed, I really suggest that. And if you have Netflix, I would look up the show called Food Matters. And it kind of talks about the niacin pill on there. So if you do have depression, watch that and then just see what you think about it. Dustin takes it and it really does help him be happy. And I think a lot of people are lacking that niacin from their body, so that could totally help you. What's the most painful surgery I ever had to recover from? It was definitely when they took my nose off and built me a new one and put this whole skin flap on, that was pretty darn painful. How do I stay so strong and go out in public? I am not gonna let some scars and some stitches or like anything else, cut my life short. I'm not gonna stay locked inside my house because I look silly or because people are gonna stare at me. Because if I did that, I would never ever probably go outside because people are always gonna look at me. And that's because I look a little different. And I guess if they want to look, that's fine. I know it sucks when they be rude, but for the most part, I think they're just curious and looking. Like, I think everybody kind of looks a little harder if they see something they're not used to because they're just trying to figure out like what it is, or maybe they're wondering what it is. I guess even after I had my surgery and my face was just full of stitches, I still didn't want to stay inside. It's just like, this is me, this is my journey, this is what I'm going through, and I'm not gonna, lock myself in the house up about it until I look absolutely like comfortable in my skin as I want. That's not gonna happen, I guess. Did I get bullied in school because of my AVM? I know some of the things said that I did, like the news stories or whatever, but I did not really get bullied. I remember like once in kindergarten, somebody said it looked like a dinosaur on my face, and somebody said it looked like I had the state of Texas on my face. And I remember I cried after school because of that. And I don't even really know if that's why I was crying, but that it made me cry, I guess. But other than that, I feel like I've always been pretty nice and polite to people, where people have, and I'm not saying that's why people do bully you, but I'm just saying, in the town that I was in, nobody really ever said anything to me. Like, I heard that one girl said some mean things about me, that I was ugly, whatever, one time. And I still see her around to this day, like at my kids at school when I drop them off, and I always remember she said that, but it's just like, whatever. I don't really care, I guess, what she thinks about me. She don't even know me. So no, I wasn't really bullied in school, but I was really, really shy. I didn't talk to anybody, like, hardly at all. Do I plan to go for cosmetic plastic surgery in the future? Like, I guess I don't know how much Dr. Kosh is gonna help me with. Like, I'd really like. I don't even know if this is like a plastic surgery thing like this. I'd really like my lips to be, even, and you can tell this one's way down. And I would really just like to have that normal looking face, but I don't really know what Dr. Kosh is helping with. I'm assuming just my nose, but I don't know. And other than that, I do know that Dr. Wayner wants to remove these scars, so I guess I would like to have that done, but I'm not sure what I'm capable of getting done. What is your favorite color? I like earthy colors. I'm not a very bold bold person when it comes to wearing bright colors, because I always feel like everything has to match my face or it looks funny. So I'm mostly like earth tone, light colors. Like, I'm not a big color person, but I like every color. How do you stay grounded and stay positive or happy through the pain? I think I might have answered that already. I just live my life because that's what I'm here to do. What's your favorite dank meme? My favorite meme, like a picture? There's this one, and it says, it's a bird on a skateboard. And this is gonna sound really cheesy, but I'm a cheesy person. And it said something like, please pray for my bird. He's not dying or anything. He's just really sick right now. And it was like, because he was doing some sick stuff on the skateboard. And that part's always made me laugh. So I guess that would be my favorite dank meme. How tall am I? I am 5'4". How does it feel knowing I wake up each day even more beautiful than the last? That is so sweet. Thank you very much. I guess I don't see it as like beautiful, but I do notice that I have been changing. But like, just like if you see your kid every day, you're not gonna notice it he or she growing like as much as if you've seen the kid like every 6 months or something. And that's the same for my face. Like I don't really notice the changes that I'm going through each day. But when I look at pictures, I do notice that it's getting better all the time, and that makes me so happy. And I know time can pretty much heal about anything, including my face. So thank you. That was really sweet of you. Um, how are kids like dealing with recovery in my new face? My kids are so easygoing about everything. They just kind of roll with whatever happens, I guess. So they do really good. What issues in the world are important to you? Well, there's a lot of things. This is like what I care about the most, I guess. And I guess it's what pisses people off the most, too, is me talking about stuff I care about. That doesn't mean that I'm like judging you or I think that you're doing stuff wrong. I don't know why people feel threatened like every time I talk about this stuff, so I kind of feel scared to talk about it right now, like everyone's gonna flip out on me. But some things that I do feel strongly about are just teaching people to be more healthy with their bodies, and because you change the way you eat and it opens your mind, and you just think so much clearer, and you don't even know how good you could possibly feel until you start eating good. And I feel strong about the animal thing because I know it's killing the earth, and so I just feel like if I would have known that sooner, maybe I would have stopped sooner because I just wasn't given the right information. So I feel like people should at least know the right information and then be able to make their choices off of that. I don't want them to think, one way and have it be wrong and be making their choices off that. I would at least think you should know the correct information. So, but people get really offended when you talk about meat eating, I guess. Um, oh. Like cows and stuff, like if people eat a bunch of cows all the time, it really does affect the earth. So I try to just inform people that if they ate less of it, it would make a huge um, positive change on our earth. And the Dakota Access Pipeline, and it's not even about the pipeline anymore. I don't care whose land it's on or anything like that. It's just the oil in general. Um, I know that there are ways to use renewable energy. Have been ways, there are ways, and I feel like we need to move towards those before it's too late and we just completely kill our planet by taking out all the oils and just burning them like there's no consequences to it. And people will say, well, you shouldn't use your phone and you shouldn't drive your car and you shouldn't do this and do that or have heat in your house or have a light. But that's not my point. Like, people aren't going to stop doing those things. I think everybody needs to stand together on like a bigger scale and say, you need to at least transition or start to transition over to renewable energy because our kids aren't going to have a future if we don't. And that's important to me, like things like that. Like, I don't just want to live in my day-to-day life doing whatever I want to do because it's comfortable and I like it. I want to do things that are going to make a difference because I know each one of us has the power to make such big changes in our lives that'll affect the entire world. And if everybody saw that, then I think maybe our kids would have a future. And I feel like a lot of people aren't going to think like that until they get older and they see how much it's actually affecting it. And hopefully by that time it's not too late. Other than that, things that are important is just kindness and love, I guess. Okay, how did you and your husband meet? Okay, my husband grew up knowing like the same people and the same friends that I knew my entire life, and we'd even live in the same trailer court or go to the same school. but like I would move like a month before he moved in or something like that. So we were always kind of like one step behind each other our entire lives. And the first time I remember actually hearing about him, I lived in Sioux Falls, and my sister lived here and she was hanging out with him. And I know that my dad sold him his drum set, and Jessica always hung out with him, and she would always talk to me about him on the phone. And I guess like the following year after that, I moved here and he sat next to me in biology class, and I had no idea who he was or that that was even the guy that bought my dad's drum set or anything until he was like, "Your name's Jennifer, right?" And I was like, "Yes." And he said, "I bought your dad's drum set and I hang out with your sister." And I was like, "Oh, okay." But I was really shy. Like, I didn't talk to anybody at all. So, like, eventually, like, he had to keep trying to talk to me, and I let him cheat off my biology homework. And I sucked in high school, like, really bad. But I would only get my biology homework done so he could copy off of it, and then we started hanging out. And we were pretty young then. We've been together for like 12 years. And it hasn't been easy. We grew up together, so we are always making mistakes and learning from them, but I feel like it's made us stronger in the end because we've came through so much and we have kids together, now we're married. And it's just crazy. What color are your eyes? I can't tell. I don't know, like I always thought they were like a brown or like a honey colored. I don't really know. I tried to put honey for eye color on my driver's license and they told me that that wasn't legal. And I thought that wasn't fair because I thought that's what color my eyes were, so I just put brown. I don't know. How have surgeries affected my life, motherhood, and relationships and confidence? I don't know, I guess it was hard to be the mom I wanted to be in New York because I was always in pain and I just wanted to rest and I just didn't really have any energy, and I guess that would affect my relationship a bit because he couldn't sometimes understand why I didn't want to do stuff with him. My confidence. Some days I feel like I have a lot of confidence, and I feel like I have more than I used to have, maybe. But especially when I was going through the surgeries, like I would just see like pretty girls walking down the street and they just look like their features looked so perfect, and I would just literally go home and like cry because I just felt sad or bad, or I don't really know how it's all gonna turn out, you know. And I honestly, being a person who looks different, you can definitely tell, just in your everyday life, you know, people that look perfect or something get treated way better than the people that don't. Like, people will listen to everything they have to say, even if it's like something so dumb. Like, they'll just listen to them because they're pretty. But if, like, other people say something, like, they're more likely to be ignored or something. And I just think that's absolutely ridiculous. How far am I in my healing process? I mean, I don't know. I'm healing. I think I'm doing a pretty good job. Am I planning on getting more tattoos? Yes, I would. I want a big mandala tattoo right here. Like, I just want a big chest piece. And I really wanted this tattoo that went like, and what would you benefit if you gained the whole entire world but lost your very own soul, or something like that is the Bible verse. I still really want that. I wanted it right here, but my brother didn't really want to do words, so I haven't gotten that yet, but I would like to someday. I just want my whole body full of tattoos. I love them. If I could work with any charity or organization in the world, what would it be? I don't really know, I guess. I don't know what ones are out there, so I guess I can't really answer that. Do you like lemon iced tea? Yes, I love it. If you could be any animal, what would you choose? I kind of feel like a lion, but like a really little cub lion because I'm not that big of a badass. I really like elephants I think they're super beautiful and I love their eyes. And I like owl's eyes too. I think that's it. Or a butterfly. Is that an animal? I don't know if that's an animal. Can I just be a butterfly? When I touch my nose, does it feel like I'm touching my forehead? No, not anymore. After they closed this piece up right here and moved this back up, it connected the nerves or something like that, so it does actually feel like I'm touching my nose, except for I can kind of feel it a little up here, which I noticed after somebody wrote that question, but for the most part, it feels like my nose. How do you feel when you look in the mirror? Do you see... I don't know what that says. Do you miss your own face? Do you feel thankful? Wonder about your future? Oh, that's me writing. How do I feel when I look in the mirror and see a different face? I do feel extremely thankful. I guess at that one time I flipped out because I forgot I had surgeries and I thought my birthmark was gone and I thought I was dying. Like, I go a little crazy sometimes. But for the most part, I just see it. I'm like, wow, like this is crazy. That's me. I can't wait to see what the future holds. I feel really thankful. And there's not a day that doesn't go by that I don't think about Dr. Wayne or Dr. Kosh and their entire teams and like what they did to help me be here in this moment. And everybody else that helped with the funding to get me here. Like there are so many people that took place in this journey, and I'm just so thankful for each one of you. So I feel very thankful, and I think of you guys like every single time I look in the mirror. So thank you for that a lot. How have feelings about myself changed since the AVM operation? Well, I guess, like I said before, I was able to put my GoFundMe page out there. I felt really like hush-hush about my AVM in general. I just wanted people to think it was a birthmark, like anybody else's birthmark. I didn't want them to think I was different. But now I feel so much more open. Just even like putting the picture, like I remember when I put the picture out of my teeth, I cried so hard because I'm just like, oh my gosh, people are gonna know that my teeth are disgusting. And they're gonna know that all these things are wrong with me. They're gonna treat me different. But really, I'm so happy. Like, I feel like I can smile more and not feel embarrassed, like, because people already know, like, what my situation is, and it's nice to not feel so alone, and, like, I have all these burdens on my own shoulders, like, everybody is there to offer kind words and help, and it's just been pretty amazing. What would my dream job be? Would you ever play a voice for a Disney show? I love your voice. If Disney offered me a job to use my voice, like, of course I would do that. Why wouldn't I do that? That'd be amazing. I don't really think that's gonna happen, though. I told Dustin that you guys were all talking about the SMR videos or something. I don't even know if I said that right. And he could not understand because he said he's never noticed anything about my voice or that I had a nice voice. I was like, oh, okay, well, these people said that I did. But yeah, who would turn down the Disney voice thing? Like, of course I would do that. Like photographer, I guess. I would like to do that. Anything else, just like anything helping people. I worked at the nursing home for a while and I really, really, really enjoyed just being a smiling face in somebody's day and helping them. So I really did like that. What led me to my spiritual journey, the medicine tribe, and veganism, and what inspires me? How do I stay so positive? I guess right before I had Marlena, like the weekend before, Dustin disappeared. And he went to Harmony Park, and I wanted to be mad at him when he came back, but when he came back, he was just so happy. about this magical place that he found, and he wanted to take me. So we did go a couple months after I had Marlena, and it really was this magical place where you could just feel like I felt so at home, and everybody was so nice and so caring, and I'm like, this is what I've been looking for my whole life without even looking for it. Like, this is what I love the place. And so there's that, and that's what would have led me to the music medicine tribe, because I found medicine for the people there. And throughout my journey, I guess, in life, I've just met amazing people that are just like so happy and so awesome that they've helped me shape myself too. So there's that. Yeah, will you do ASMR videos? I do not even understand what that is. People, like, what do people get out of watching these videos? Can somebody please explain that to me in the comments? Because I would really like to know. I told Destin about them, and he was like a bit creeped out, honestly, because we don't get it. Like, just tell me what the person watching the ASMR video is looking to get out of it. Let me know that, please. How do I keep it together? You're a perfect mom, wife, and friend. You have so many struggles, yet you continue to make those around you so happy. I'm so not perfect at all. Like, I try my best, and I try my best to be happy and keep my kids happy, and not to be crazy, and to keep my husband happy, and sometimes it's just not all doable, but I guess I just try my best like anybody else would. Is it safe to use lotions, or did they give you anything for scarring? I mean, they told me not to really use anything, but I use like coconut oil, cacao butter, and frankincense oil, if I said that right. I wouldn't really want to use lotion on my skin. I don't feel like I want to put anything on my skin that I can't eat, because your skin's a big organ and it absorbs everything. So, I got one more page. I'm almost done here now. Will I have my children tested for AVM? I would love to have my kids tested for AVM. When I asked Dr. Weiner, he kind of made me feel silly for wanting to do that, so I don't really know if I need to. But I know everybody's like not perfect, so maybe that, like, I should have them tested, and I feel like in my heart I should, so I feel like I want to do that. I just don't really know how, I guess. I know she has nosebleeds sometimes. I don't know if it's just like she's sticking her little finger somewhere up there, or like what's going on, but just for peace of mind, I would love to have them tested, and I think I should do that. Do my kids completely understand? How do you tell them what's going on with you, and do you tell them everything or just a little bit of your situation? I am so open and honest with my children. I think that's the only way to be. I don't want to, sugarcoat anything and give them false hope. I want to be honest with them. So I definitely tell them everything as it comes along. I sit them down and I talk to them, and I think it's important for them to know. I think they pretty much understand, especially Marlena. Kaya's not one to like sit and listen as much. I think she hears me, but she's not one to have like a serious conversation, I guess. Okay, will you write a book about your journey? I think that'd be really cool. I don't know if I'll actually do it. I don't know. I guess it just sounds like a big time consuming thing, and then I don't really know who would actually be interested in it, but I think it could be really cool. And if I could go back to all like my Facebook posts or something and really pick apart how I felt, it would be a lot easier to do that. I'm not sure if I'm able to do that or not, but I guess it's possible. Do I have pain? I already answered that. Did I have radiation? No, I didn't. Never had radiation for my AVM. I honestly didn't even know you could have radiation for your AVM until recently. But they've never made that suggestion to me, so no. Is my AVM in my brain? I don't believe it is. Does it cause weakness in other parts of my body? No. Do I have memory issues? Since surgery, I can tell my brain is definitely not as sharp as it used to be. I don't know if it's from the stuff they put me to sleep with. Can't even think of the word. Do I classify myself as a pagan? Describe my way of life. I don't even know what the heck that means. Is a pagan like someone who does or don't believe in God? Or I felt like I looked this up before. If a pagan is somebody who maybe makes their own beliefs or something, like, I guess the best way, if that's what that means for me to answer that, is I myself believe in God, I believe in Jesus, but I'm not going to sit there and talk anybody else down for what they believe in. That's just not the kind of person I am. I don't know if that answers your question. If I said it wrong, you can comment and I'll re-answer it. Do I like my face better now or before? I like it better now because it's more healthier and I'm getting somewhere and I've had so much help and it's so amazing, so I would have to say now. Although before I did go see my doctor, like, I didn't mind my face, I guess. But it will be nice once it's all finished. I just want to be able to, go have lunch with my children or go pick them up from school or go on a class field trip or something with them and look normal without having to worry about, kids or just any adults or anybody saying anything to me, because that really makes me really nervous, and I would just like to know what it's like to look normal. My mom has an AVM. Is there any way I can say things to her to help make her feel better? I would just say, just be there for your mom. Like, there's not really a whole lot people can say, like, other than, we're gonna get through this together and you're not alone. Just having that support and knowing you're not alone and that somebody's there for you and cares makes a whole world of difference. So I would just let your mom know that you're there for her no matter what, and she'll never be alone, and just ask her, what she needs, or if there's anything you can help her with, or maybe just ask her how she's feeling and let her get her emotions out and just talk to you about how she feels. I think just being there in general for anybody who has anything wrong is like the best thing you can do for somebody. How do I not lose faith when bad things happen, like your face dying? Well, like I said, I struggled a lot and I would freak out and cry and yell. Just wonder, like, why it had to happen to me. I'm just like, why? Like, sometimes you don't understand why. Sometimes you'll never understand why, but you just have to remember that God's not going to leave you alone, and just keep talking to him. Like, you can't just not talk to him and be mad and expect you to feel better. You have to just be like, okay, that part sucked, but I don't know why it happened or anything like that, but I'm going to trust you, and, just please be with me, and please help me not feel alone again. Before surgery, did people stare at you? I got a mosquito bite on my eye, and it looked like a tumor. I had to wear sunglasses to cover it. People have stared at me my entire life, so I'm pretty dang used to it. I don't think my husband's as used to it. Like, sometimes he gets really frustrated when people stare at me. And I'm just like, you gotta let it go. You're just hurting yourself by being mad at other people for staring at you. Um, I mean, I had a big pink mark on my face the whole time. Everyone said my nose is really big. I feel like it's a bit bigger now, which is fine. Like, I know it's gonna get better. But then I had, big breast implant expander things in my head. Feel really scared then. And then afterwards, I just had stitches everywhere, and like, my face was dying, and people really, really stared then. And now they still stare like, I wonder what the heck happened to her. But for the most part, I just kind of wish that they would come up and ask me what happened, because I would love to tell them. And I mean, people are going to stare at you if you look a little bit different, and you shouldn't let it stop you from living your life. What do you do on days where you feel overwhelmed with high pain or your life is crazy? I breathe. I pray. And sometimes I even cry. Or I will just stay in bed for the day. I try not to let those emotions, like, totally take over me. But I don't try to hold them back either. Like, I know that you're a human, you should feel your emotions as they come. Not try to hide them, because that doesn't really help anything. So when they come, I just feel them and try to work through them and move on with my day. What are your favorite things to do with your family? I think I answered that. Like bike riding, games, singing, dancing. Dustin plays guitar with them. We like to go to grandparents' houses. We like to go to families' houses. We discovered Sky Zone in Sioux Falls. That place is awesome. And like, you can always take your kids to Chuck E. Cheese for like 10 or 20 bucks. Get them a bunch of tokens and you all have fun together. I just like to do stuff with my family, really. If I could achieve anything, what would it be? I don't know, I guess, like, I want to be a successful person. I want to, like, I've had jobs throughout my life, I guess, but they didn't really last too long because I slept and just things would happen. Ow. And, like, even like my last couple of jobs, like, I worked at Pizza Hut forever, and I got there was a new manager, and she ended up like cutting my hours and putting me in the back when I like kicked butt out there. Like, I was the server and I got so many tips, and I felt like I was a really good waitress. And then I found out that she cut my hours because she didn't want me to be seen in the front, in front of the customers. So she would really give me like 5 hours a week and made me do dishes in the back. And to find that out really sucked. And then I guess I went to the nursing home for a while, and I was having nosebleeds, and my heart was going crazy. And I tried to be open with one of the nurses there and tell her what my situation was, and she was like, well, if you're having problems, maybe you shouldn't work in this force, like this field or whatever. And other than that, just like bleeds and headaches and stuff like that just prevented me from being like a super successful, awesome person. And I just got approved for SSI like 6 months ago, but that's like nothing. Like, I get $633 a month, which pays bills and pays for gas and things that my children need. So I guess it would be nice to be able to be successful in some way, because I do want, a house that I can call mine. I do want to send my kids to college someday. I want to be able to go do things, like, so I guess I would just want to be a successful person doing something that I like. That'd be kind of cool. Was recovery painful? Yes, it still is. What advice would you give your younger self? If people don't like you for who you are, don't try to change yourself or anything about you to make them like you. If they don't like you, then that is definitely their problem. Don't go drink a bunch of alcohol and try to be cool, or don't do dumb things to try to make you be cool. Like, if people don't like you for who you are, then those aren't your kind of people. Like, find somebody that does like you for who you are, because there's so many awesome people out there. Don't just try to hang out with the cool people, or like, cool people, or preppy people, or the jockey people. Just really don't judge people by, like, what classification label that they have. Like, really get to know a little bit of everybody, and you're gonna find somebody that fits you, like your perfect match of a friend. Don't change for people. It's just be yourself. Like, if you're a kid, don't let all these adult problems get to you. Just enjoy being a child. Let's be happy. Be happier. Try not to get hooked on like everything everybody says about you, because it doesn't matter. Just be yourself and don't let people bring you down. You're better than that. Do I play any instruments, and what would I play if I could? I don't really play any instruments. I wish I did. Sometimes I get to play the keyboard with like Dustin and his friends, which I think is really fun. I think I can play a few things on there, but not very much at all. I could play a few little tiny things on the guitar, nothing special at all, and the ukulele. And if I could play anything, it would definitely be the ukulele and then the guitar, just because the ukulele sounds so much easier than the guitar. Dustin's really musically inclined. He plays like, the banjo, the ukulele, the guitar, bass, drums, hand drum. Like, he has a loop machine upstairs. He pretty much he reminds me of my dad in a way, because like my dad can play like anything you put in front of him, like piano, anything. Dustin can't play the piano though. But it's really awesome to be around all these people that super love music, and my brother plays guitar as well. So I guess guitar is something I've always really wanted to do, and I've really wished that I could sing and play, but I do not sing in front of people. I only sing like in my car with the windows up. That's it. But ukulele would be really awesome. What has your condition taught you? I don't know. I guess it's taught me a lot. But I've really been able to see like people's hearts and their kindness, and like there's so many good people out there, like so many of them. It's just quite amazing to know that there's that many good people in this world, and I'm so thankful for each of you guys. Thank you so much. What's your favorite pick-me-up song that you listen to? I guess the Hoka album, Love Letters from God. The two songs before that, and probably the two songs after that, are probably my favorite. Do you think your personality will change after the surgery? Or do you think you'll be more confident? Or stay humble and true? Okay, I remember thinking this when I wrote the question down. Can I be confident and humble at the same time? Like, I don't think I'm going to get this huge ego and think I'm, like, cooler or better than anybody else, but I think it would be a good thing to have more confidence. Like, I already feel like I have more confidence. So, I guess I never, ever, ever want to stay the same. I always want to be changing and growing, but I don't ever think that I'm going to be, like, this cocky, big-headed person, like, but I do hope to get more confident as stuff goes on. That'd be rad. Yeah. I thought there was something else I was supposed to say, but I forgot. Anyway, I'm gonna stop this since it's already almost an hour and a half. Yeah, if you want to add me on Snapchat, my name is Jennifer Hiles. I'll put it below. Instagram is Jennifer Funk Hiles. And feel free to follow me on my Facebook if you're not crazy. If you're crazy, I'll block you. There's so many crazy people out there. Don't be one of those people. But, yeah, I will let you guys know how Los Angeles goes. Again, the show that I'm going to be on is going to be called A Year From Now on Lifetime. And it's only going to be like a 10 or 15 minute segment on the show. I think they're going to have different people on each time. But I'm very happy to be a part of it, and I think it's a good way. Like, Lifetime is a pretty big network, so I think it'd be a good way just to get my story out there more and get the AVN awareness out there more as well. And I think it should be pretty cool. And I haven't made my next appointment for New York yet, but I think I'm going to reach out to them sometime soon and hopefully get down there in December, because that's when my 3 months will be up. Yeah, I'll let you guys know how it goes. And sorry I wasted an hour and 21 minutes of your life. You guys had a lot of questions though, and I promised to answer them all. And I think I did. I'm sorry if I missed anybody's. I tried. But I love you guys, and I hope you have a super awesome, good day. And take care of yourselves. Bye.